Hello, this is Riley Smith with MakeGood Creative Network, and I wanted to talk to you today about some mistakes I made. Yay! Because failing is learning. Okay, I guess these aren't all like failures. They're just some things that when I recently self-published a book ended up really surprising me. So I thought I would share with y'all some of the things that, even though overall I'm really happy with how it went, my debut, how my first self-published novel went, I did have a couple things that were really surprising I didn't expect, and I thought if any of y'all are interested in self-publishing a novel, I would love to kind of share what I learned from this first experience so you can kind of jump ahead from learning all those things and already start with a little bit more awareness than I had. So let's jump into it. If you're interested in seeing the book that I published, it's called Cardinal. It's a superhero sci-fi adventure, super fun. I'll put the link in the description below. First, I want to talk about preparing your book. So I published through Amazon KDP, but even before you publish through them or you hire a different publisher to help you print, whatever you decide to do, there are some things that you need to do in order to prepare your book. Very first thing I would say is when hiring a cover artist, ask to see a ton of samples. A ton. Because I made the mistake of, okay, so I hired somebody off of Twitter, which is not a bad thing in itself. I have found good artists on Twitter. I had an artist do this cute logo, which I use when Twitch streaming. Here, it's super cute. Like, I found that person off of Twitter and they did a fantastic job. So I thought I could do the same thing for cover artists. I think I got a little bit scammed by someone who may or may not be a bot. When I asked for it, I asked for like a couple of samples and she sent two really cool looking covers. And so I was like, great, you're hired. But that's not enough. Make sure that you ask to see like a lot of samples. Eventually I went to Upwork and I found a cover artist on there, and he had it must have been over 100 like covers that he had designed, and they all look super cool, and a lot of them really had the vibe that specifically I was looking for. Make sure you ask to see a lot of samples. This person should be very experienced. Your cover is really important, so make sure you take the time and find somebody who has a ton of experience to help you with it. The second thing that you need to do before you give your book to any publisher, you need to size the pages of your book. Naturally, in your word processor, whether you're working on Google Docs or Microsoft Word, your pages are gonna be in letter size. That's not what you want. Letter size is like not book page size. So you're gonna want to go and resize it. Usually you're gonna want it to be like 6x9. That's about like paperback, like usual paperback size. There's some variations. You might want it bigger or smaller, but there's definitely some standard sizes. So make sure you pick your standard size and you resize your manuscript in Microsoft Word or Google Docs, whatever you're working in, before you start formatting anything else. Before you add your title page, your table of contents, size your manuscript pages appropriately. I did not do this. I had to do it after I formatted everything, and it was a pain. So size appropriately. That's my third tip, just to say again, size the pages correctly before you format. And then the fourth thing, this is specific for selling on Amazon. You can't make an Amazon author page until you've published at least one book. This should not have come as a surprise to me, but it did, and it was annoying. But so you have to publish your book, your Amazon author page goes live basically as soon as your book is published. And then and only then, after your author page is already live, can you go and submit your author picture and bio and like make a unique author URL. So make sure that when you go live, you are ready with all the information you want on your author page, because you're gonna have to submit it after your book is already published. So like I said, I submitted to Amazon KDP, that's Kindle Direct Publishing. I did that for both my ebook and paperback versions. I love it overall. Overall, it was super easy, really awesome, and it's helped me sell like, I think we're at like 123 copies of the book, and it's only been out for like 3 months. So It's really going well, much better than I thought it would, which I feel super grateful about. But Amazon KDP is overall really awesome, but there were some things that I didn't expect that really slowed me down and frustrated me. So I want to share those with you. The first big thing that was super annoying is you cannot adjust anything about your manuscript in KDP. What you upload is what will be printed. I thought I uploaded the PDF and then I would be able to like adjust things or like edit within you cannot. It's what you upload is what will be printed. So make sure your PDF is perfect before you upload it, exactly how you want it. The other thing, this is about the Kindle version and not the paperback. Kindle font is different than what you upload. Like I upload pretty much just in Times New Roman, and that is not what the Kindle font is. I also have parts of my book that are in different fonts because there's this part at the beginning where someone is taking a test. So the test questions are in a different font than the rest of the book to make it clear that, they're reading off of the test. I spent a lot of time picking the font for that, and then Kindle just picks something else random. So just be aware, check the final proof version of the Kindle book because they're gonna change all your fonts. That's what they're gonna change all your fonts. The next thing, and this is what I wasted most of my time on, make sure your cover is exactly the right size. If your cover is even 0.01 centimeters off the size that they're looking for, it will not be accepted. And it will hold you up because you'll have to go back to your cover designer to add I literally had to add 0.03 in width, 0.03 centimeters of width to the cover. My cover designer had to go in and do that. I felt so bad. So just make sure that you are giving your cover designer the exact right dimensions and that your manuscript has the correct page count, because that can mess with your cover thing. That can mess with the cover design. Make sure you know your final page count before you talk to the cover designer. And I'm talking about the paperback cover, the full back and front cover. This doesn't matter for the ebook, but it is a big deal for the paperback. You have to have the exact right size cover. My next tip for your physical upload for your paperback, PDFs are best. I tried uploading like Word and I got a bunch of errors, but then PDF worked fine. If you use anything but PDF, Amazon might accept it and they might reject it with an incomprehensible cryptic error. So it's just easier to just only upload PDF for your paperbacks. For the ebook, it's different. Only EPUB and Word are acceptable. If you try to upload a PDF, it will end up super wonky. So for your Kindle book, for the ebook version, make sure you upload an EPUB or Word doc. I don't want this video to be super long, so just in case this is the end of part 1, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for part 2 so that you don't miss out. I've got a lot more tips about the process, especially getting reviews and sending out advanced reader copies, which is an important part of self-pub marketing. So make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on that and other writerly advice. But most importantly, let's go publish stuff. Doop a doop doop a doop a doop doop a doop a doop a doop doop doop.